Have you ever uttered words that seemed to manifest before you noticed what you'd said? Maybe you muttered a quiet uncertainty and then watched it materialize shortly after. Or in a surge of optimism, you proclaimed, "This is my year," and almost effortlessly, opportunities began to appear. Such outcomes are not coincidental, for death and life are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 18:21. What you speak is more than a passing sound, it is a sacred decree. Every uttered syllable bears a creative frequency moving through the unseen and arranging the conditions that eventually show up in your experience. When you talk about your life, you are not only reporting it, you are giving it direction. Speech functions like a seed. A wise gardener who tucks a seed into the earth doesn't disturb it the following day to check on progress. They rely on the natural order. They know what is hidden now will emerge in due time. Likewise, affirmations voiced with faith are seeds sown into the limitless ground of spirit. I once met a woman, Clara, who daily burdened her money life without realizing it. "Money just slips through my fingers," she lamented. "I can never get ahead." Predictably, her world conformed to those statements as though the cosmos had taken her at her word. Surprise expenses arrived. Prospects vanished. She survived with barely enough yet never experienced abundance. After listening to a teaching about the formative force of words, she chose to test it. She stopped voicing shortage and began declaring, "I am supplied from the rich, endless source of divine abundance. My supply is here now." Initially, it felt awkward, almost untrue, but she kept at it. Within weeks, unanticipated blessings appeared: a reimbursement contract work, a friend covering a meal. They were the first tender sprouts from the seeds she had spoken. The potency had never lived beyond her reach. It resided in her own speech. Wise teachers of old grasped this truth. They regarded words as animated agents envoys, dispatched to fulfill the purpose behind them. As an envelope bears a destination, so do your statements contain directives. If you state "nothing ever works out for me," you've mailed a message to the residents of defeat. If you affirm "everything I need comes to me easily," you have delivered it to the estate of abundance. Pause and picture yourself as the cultivator of your existence. You hold in your palms seeds of limitless possibility. Each statement you utter plants another seed into the invisible ground. Which landscape will you tend, the plot of fear and deprivation, or the orchard of prosperity and delight? Recall that soil never debates with a seed. It does not declare, "I'll give her roses for her kindness, and him weeds for his severity." Earth simply abides by the principle it yields after the seed's kind. In the same way, spirit honors the order set by your speech: neutral, dependable, and precise. This truth holds both sacred depth and elegant clarity. You possess the authority to declare because you bear the Creator's likeness. And what occurred at the world's beginning, He spoke. "Let there be light," and light appeared. You are likewise invited to pronounce your own "let there be," and witness it become manifest. Therefore, grasp the instrument close at hand, the wand of your spoken word, and use it with care. Articulate only what you wish to experience. Speak blessing over your money. Proclaim favor upon your labor. Decree vitality to your body. Repeat it until it weaves itself into the substance of who you are. The cosmos attends to your voice. The field stands prepared. Which seed will you sow right now if you have witnessed your speech shape reality? Tell your tale and affirm this moment. My word is my wand. there exists a store of wealth that cannot be exhausted. It is found neither in a bank's vault nor in an employer's wallet. It is the invisible storehouse of supply, an unending sea of prosperity, constantly moving, perpetually available, needing only the key of your faith to open its flood into your affairs. Many assume their provision is chained to one origin, a position, a customer, a partner, a particular enterprise. Thus, when that stream shifts or stops, fear rises. Yet I insist that apparent source was never the source itself. It was merely a conduit, one among countless pathways through which the storehouse pours. Spirit contains many waterways. If one runs dry, another emerges, provided you lift your gaze from the empty channel and refocus on the fountain from which every river begins. Picture a mighty river threading through valleys, watering farms and orchards. At times, a rock may tumble into its course, obstructing one route. Does the river despair? Not at all. It reroutes itself, branching into fresh streams, filling new basins, irrigating regions it had never reached. Your increase functions similarly. When a door shuts, the storehouse is already swinging open another. The movement does not stop, it merely changes direction. Andrew Carnegie, famed for his immense wealth, grasped this law. He refused to rely on a single undertaking. Each enterprise and relationship was to him one stream among many nourishing his wealth. If one sector waned, another waxed. His trust rested not in any given conduit, but in the limitless storehouse powering them all. You may live likewise, not necessarily with Carnegie's fortune, but with equal assurance that your necessities are continually satisfied and that provision will locate you unfailingly. The essential practice is to bless and let go of outdated avenues without anxiety. When employment concludes, express gratitude for its contribution and then release it. Clutching blocks the current. Blessing and surrender open the gates for fresh waters to surge. In sharing these principles, I have witnessed innumerable cases. One involved a man, Samuel, who had served the same firm for 2 decades. When his division abruptly closed, co-workers were desolate. Samuel, however, recalled the rule, "My supply is God. My channels are many." Rather than dread, he sensed a rising anticipation. Within a month, an old acquaintance offered a role with higher pay and lighter travel. "It was as if it had been waiting for me all along," he remarked. In truth, it had. The unseen treasury holds every provision already finished. In spirit, your prosperity is not coming, it exists. To invite it into visibility, you must harmonize your speech and thinking with that actuality. Repeat frequently, "The supply is here now," not at a future date, not at some vague time, now. Sense its reality. Envision it streaming toward you like light flooding an open room, like a river overflowing into your acreage. Picture yourself beneath the cascade of gifts, palms outstretched to welcome them. The instant you accept that provision is already here, you dissolve the strain of waiting and step into the delight of possessing. In that atmosphere, wonders unfold. Each time you release money, bless it. Visualize it circling back, increased through unforeseen avenues. Whenever funds arrive, a wage, a present, a rebate, affirm, "Thank you, infinite storehouse, for the rivers that never cease to flow." Keep in mind, your channels may shift 100 times, yet the source is timeless. The storehouse stands as genuine now as in prophetic ages past, as brimming today as it will be centuries ahead. You are not severed from your good. You remain perpetually linked. Raise your sight from the emptied stream bed and behold the vast ocean beyond it. Now, with courage in your chest and steadiness in your tone, proclaim, "I open all channels of divine supply." Lack is not fundamentally a property of the external world. It is chiefly a habit of consciousness, a mental stance that colors how we perceive and receive. What imprisons a person in deprivation is not an unfilled wallet, but the anxious idea that cements limitation. Fear forges the bonds, not the balance sheet. Fear leans in and murmurs, "There isn't enough." Doubt adds in a low voice, "It will run out." When we nod to those subtle messages and agree with them, we surrender the keys to our freedom, locking ourselves inside the very cell we dread. Yet there is a countering reality: the cell door has never truly been bolted. Faith is the key already in your possession. With a single deliberate turn, you can cross the threshold into a life where supply circulates naturally and the infinite answers each requirement even before you articulate it. I recall a man, Daniel, who approached me when his circumstances looked utterly broken. His company had collapsed, his reserves were depleted, and creditors were pressing him hard. "I'm trapped," he confessed. "I can't see a way out." I replied, "The exit remains invisible because your attention is fixed on the walls. Shift your gaze to the door." Those walls were his non-stop recitals of defeat, talking about obligation, setbacks, and never enough. The door was the faith-filled word spoken with conviction. I offered him a specific decree: "I am rich in mind, rich in faith, rich in supply. My needs are met before I ask. My supply is here now." I instructed him to affirm it at dawn and at nightfall, not as a strained petition, but as a settled fact, steady, confident, and unshakable. During the initial week, he sensed no change. In the next, he detected movement not in finances yet, but in his inner life. Fear's hold weakened. Hope re-entered. By month's end, an old client reached out unexpectedly with an assignment. That single job became consistent engagements, and consistency matured into a renewed, flourishing enterprise. Outer transformation arrived in the wake of inner freedom. The shift within opened the way for results without. To reside in lack consciousness is to grip the bars of a cell and decline to turn around, unmindful that the key rests in your pocket. That key is faith voiced audibly. Faith does not deny difficulties. Rather, it refuses to grant them the last say. Faith articulates from the fulfilled outcome instead of the current scene. It proclaims, "I have abundance even amid an empty billfold," because it understands the billfold is not the source. You are called to exchange the dialect of deficiency for the vocabulary of sufficiency. Whenever you catch yourself saying, "I can't afford it," shift immediately to, "If this is mine by divine right, it comes to me in perfect time and perfect way." Each time the thought arises, it's too late answer with, "I walk in divine timing, and nothing is withheld from me." This practice is not wishful fantasy, it is alignment with spiritual law. As a seed holds the pattern for a tree, so your faith-charged words carry the design for your prosperity. Here is a valuable mystery. Lack is not an opponent to wrestle. Struggling against it energizes it in your awareness. Instead, orient yourself toward abundance as a sunflower angles toward the light gently, instinctively, without tension or alarm. The next movement is gratitude, because nothing disbands scarcity more swiftly than giving thanks for present good. Even a single coin honored and blessed may grow into greater substance. If you wish to leave the cell of not enough rest, your hand over your heart and pronounce with courage, "I am free." Continue affirming until the walls dissolve, until the doorway is unmistakable, until you walk into the open meadows of more than enough. The chains will slip away, for they were fashioned only of shadow all along. Gratitude is more than polite behavior. It functions as a spiritual magnet that draws to you the very good you recognize. It attracts precisely what it appreciates, causing those blessings to expand and increase beyond ordinary measure. A thankful heart speaks to the infinite. I see your hand in all things. I honor every gift, great and small. In response, the infinite pours additional gifts into that receptive open vessel. Within the laws of increased gratitude is like sunlight that stirs the seed to life. You may have sown your word into spirit soil, yet without thanksgiving, the seed remains still. Offer blessing and growth begins. I once knew a retailer, Miriam, who cultivated the habit of quietly blessing each person who entered her store. Whether a purchase was small or abundant, she affirmed inwardly, "I am grateful for this sale, and I bless this customer with prosperity." Each evening, she blessed the day's receipts regardless of size. She even blessed outgoing payments, declaring over them, "You are paid in full and returned to me multiplied." In less than a year, her revenue had tripled. It's as if people can feel the atmosphere, she remarked. Indeed, they sensed it. Gratitude radiates a kind of fragrance and warmth, an intangible hospitality that attracts patrons, prospects, and benefits without compulsion. You can adopt this practice immediately. The sum in hand is secondary. The disposition you bring is decisive. If you hold $1, bless it as though it were $1 million. Regard it as a seed for increase. Decree over it, "You are money in circulation, and you multiply wherever you go." When meeting an expense, replace complaint with this affirmation: "I am grateful for the service this bill represents, light, water, shelter, connection, and I bless the money that pays it. More flows to me even now." Gratitude redirects attention from absence to presence, and whatever occupies your attention tends to grow. The one who repeatedly mourns scarcity summons further scarcity. The one who consistently praises existing good invites additional good. This explains why Jesus offered thanks prior to the multiplication of loaves and fishes. He did not postpone gratitude until abundance appeared. He blessed what existed and invoked the increase. The same approach applies across every domain of your life. Envision your life as a vast field. Each recognized blessing becomes a golden seed sown into that earth. With every sincere thank you, the ground becomes lusher, denser, and more fruitful. Eventually, the harvest arrives in successive waves, ample enough to share widely and yet remain abundant. Gratitude also softens inner resistance. Fear and thankfulness cannot hold the same space simultaneously. You cannot grasp scarcity while honoring sufficiency. Thanksgiving opens both hand and heart, turning you into an unclogged conduit for supply to move through. In this instant, inhale deeply and voice 3 present blessings. They might be grand or simple: the kindness of a friend, a warm bed, the breath sustaining you. Notice your heart expand as you name them. That sensation is the magnetism of gratitude in motion. Remember that every good in your life answers to acknowledgement. Speak blessing over your dwelling, your health, your vocation, your connections, your finances. View them not as static or scarce, but as starting points for more. The more you bless, the more material you will have for further blessing. Therefore, proclaim with gladness, "I am grateful, and I multiply my blessings now." Gratitude swings wide the gates of plenty, whereas non-resistance keeps those gates from swinging shut. Resistance places a dam across the stream. Release removes the barrier and allows the current to move freely. After praying or affirming, many attempt to dictate the method and timing of the outcome. They grip the figurative steering wheel so hard that the soul's knuckles blanch. Yet the law of divine provision functions most effectively through open hands rather than tight fists. Non-resistance is not indifference or inactivity, it is composed assurance. It is the calm conviction that your good is already en route and will appear at the ideal moment by fitting avenues in appropriate shape. Picture a leaf lying upon a flowing stream. It does not row or strain. It consents to be borne by the current, trusting the water to deliver it to the right place. You are that leaf. The stream is the movement of divine supply. Be still and know that I am God, wrote the psalmist. Such stillness is not idleness. It is the decision to remain unshaken by surface appearances. It is the rest that comes from trusting that reality is already aligning for your benefit. I knew a man, Victor, who prayed intensely for employment. Yet afterward, he moved through his days, anxious, refreshing job postings, fretting over every refusal, doubting whether his prayer had worked. His posture was one of grasping rather than trusting. When he eventually practiced release, affirming once, and then yielding the outcome to the infinite with thanks, momentum changed. He quit chasing and returned to living. 2 weeks later, without additional effort, a firm he had contacted months earlier invited him to interview. The role surpassed his previous expectations. Relinquishing control of method and timing creates space for the infinite to craft outcomes your intellect could not have engineered. Non-resistance likewise requires loosening your grip on particular channels. Provision may arrive by a familiar route or by an unimaginable one. If you insist, it must come through this job, this person, this opportunity, you attempt to bottle the river. Allow it to flow unconfined. At times, non-resistance involves blessing what looks like loss. A venture ends, a relationship wanes, a door shuts, and still, if you bless and let go, the current carries you towards something larger. What seems like a finish is frequently the river's curve into broader waters. Your role is neither to shove the current nor to impede it. You are meant to rest upon the flow, steered by the invisible governance of divine wisdom. At this moment, inhale deeply and pronounce this decree: I flow with the current of abundance. I release control and trust divine order. Sense the strain dissolving. Picture yourself as that leaf light on the stream, born to every good already set aside for you. That is the tranquility of non-resistance, the steady confidence that all is well and progressively unfolding. In Spirit's cadence, no blessing arrives tardy, and none arrives prematurely. Each good reaches you at the exact instant it will benefit you most, neither a day earlier nor a day later than ideal. This is the principle of divine timing, which confirms and completes the other laws discussed. You may plant with the word water with thanksgiving and maintain flow through non-resistance, yet impatience that digs up the seed to inspect it disrupts and delays its development. Farmers grasp this intuitively. They sow in season and trust the hidden labor of the ground. They do not insist on reaping within days. They understand that sun, rain, and soil collaborate on a timetable of their own. Your prosperity follows an identical rhythm. I recall a woman, Elise, who affirmed faithfully for a new dwelling. As weeks turned into months, impatience stirred. She contemplated accepting a smaller, lesser option. Yet an inner nudge counseled wait. She continued to bless where she lived and to affirm, "My home of joy and peace is prepared for me now." Nearly a year afterward, as her lease neared its end, an opportunity arose for a home exceeding her vision, priced below her budget. It had been available in waiting, and the owner decided to sell only that month. Had she hurried the timing, she would have bypassed the gift truly meant for her. Divine timing resembles a maestro guiding an orchestra. Each note, instrument, and pause is positioned with precision. What appears to be postponement is frequently the rest before the music's majestic rise. Trust that your entrance will occur exactly when the composition requires it. When restlessness surfaces, affirm this: "My blessings arrive in perfect time, in perfect way." I rest in the rhythm of spirit. Allow that deep stillness to sink all the way into you. Envision your seed resting in the earth, vigorous, awake beneath the surface, quietly gathering strength to emerge at the precise chosen moment. As we conclude this opening stage of our journey, keep these truths before you. Your spoken word is your wand of power. The storehouse of supply is limitless in scope. Fear is fully substitutable. Faith can and must take its place. Gratitude has a multiplying effect on every good. Practicing non-resistance removes dams and lets the river of good run freely. And the order of divine timing coordinates everything into perfect rightness. Now, with a heart made steady and a voice raised, speak this decree: I wait in faith and I receive in joy. Reality does not reorganize itself for a passing wish, nor does it yield to a brief flare of excitement. The law answers to frequency, to the stable, consistent broadcast you emit daily through each word spoken and every thought sustained. Consistency is faith's outward proof, and faith functions as a magnet that pulls your good from the unseen into tangible expression. Picture electrical current feeding a lamp. With steady flow, the bulb glows steadily, casting light into every corner. But when the current stops and starts, the bulb stutters, the room dims, and the illumination you wanted breaks apart. Your thoughts and words are precisely that current. Each affirmation, decree, and mental picture acts as a surge of power transmitted to the infinite. Maintain that flow unbroken and continuous, and the illumination of your demonstration becomes unavoidable. Many confuse the law with a genie conjured only in emergencies. I'll make prosperity declarations now because I require funds. Yet, as a seed cannot develop if you keep unearthing it to check progress, your demonstration cannot thrive if you repeatedly plant and uproot your words. A wise farmer waters on schedule without demanding instant proof. In the same way, you must irrigate your aims with daily declarations of faith, spoken not in panic, but with quiet assurance that your spoken word is already advancing toward fulfillment. A woman exhausted by financial strain selected one unwavering decree: I am the full divine abundance of God flowing through me now. She voiced it at dawn before rising, repeated it midday, and affirmed it again at night. For 6 continuous months, she missed no day, neither chasing signs nor tallying outcomes. She simply kept her lamp of faith burning. In the 7th month, a significant contract appeared that cleared her debts and financed long-held dreams for years to come. She reflected, I did not create the opportunity. It was there all along. My consistency allowed me to receive it. How frequently do we launch with flame and finish with ash? We declare for several days, then neglect a week. We affirm once at sunrise and then drift for a month. This stop-start habit resembles watering a sapling today and abandoning it to scorching sun tomorrow. The ground of your subconscious cannot cultivate seeds that keep being deserted. The law answers sustained effort because perseverance exposes genuine belief. Consistency is not the same as stiffness. It is never a tight mechanical chant of phrases drained of life. Authentic consistency is a living cadence, a reliable heartbeat of faith, where language and feeling move in concert. Emotional alignment is the transformer that gives your statements their real amperage. If you say, "I am prosperous," while feeling anxious underneath, you transmit contradictory frequencies. The law does not judge you, yet it cannot deliver a crisp answer to a scrambled signal. Therefore, the practical issue is, how do you synchronize language and emotion? Start by designing small, repeatable touch points of alignment during the day. Post affirmations where you will inevitably see them on the mirror by your bedside, inside your wallet. Schedule quiet prompts on your phone that cue your declaration on the hour. Record yourself speaking your affirmations and let that track play softly while you commute, stroll, or unwind so your feeling tone and words continually harmonize. Join me in declaring, "Right now, I declare abundance daily with unwavering faith. My consistency is my power." Carry these statements not as a chore to complete, but as the steady turning of your face toward the light. As surely as the sun keeps rising, let your declarations rise daily until voicing them feels as natural and effortless as taking a breath. For when your speech flows as a continuous current, your living will glow as a continuous light, and no corner of your world will remain unlit by the good you have called forth. Your mind is not a vacant meadow where random influences roam freely. It is a citadel whose entryways require vigilant guardianship. Each thought that crosses the threshold reshapes the contours of your experience. If you desire transformation in the visible world, you must first take your post as watchman at the gateway of your inner realm. Envision an old-world city, lofty walls, iron-bound gates, and a sentinel who determines admission. You are that sentinel. Each thought resembles a visitor seeking passage. Some arrive with offerings, images of achievement, creative solutions, quiet assurances of faith. Others are masked, wrapped in fear, skepticism, jealousy, or the insinuating toxin of what if it all collapses. These intruders are mental thieves. They pilfer serenity, blur discernment, and silently pry apart the supports of your manifestation. Doubt argues that your request is excessive. Comparison insinuates that another person deserves the blessing more. Envy implants the notion that good is scarce and already allocated. Even tiny momentary notions of lack can slip by unchallenged, then once admitted they seed weeds across the garden beds of your consciousness. The primary skill of a faithful gatekeeper is alert awareness. Train yourself to recognize a limiting thought at the instant it appears before it anchors itself in soil. The old teaching states, "Resist the devil and he will flee from you." In the practice of manifestation, the devil is any idea that contradicts your intended good. When such a notion knocks you, have roughly 3 seconds to substitute it with truth. This is the 3-second discipline the moment you detect the inner murmur of scarcity answer with a strong contrary affirmation. If the mind claims, "This is impossible," respond at once, "With God all things are possible, and I receive them now." If it murmurs, "There is not enough," counter with, "I live in the overflowing abundance of the infinite." In taking this action, you do more than look away. You actively expel the trespasser and secure the door. To sustain the practice, examine the influences you permit near your gateway. Many people unintentionally undermine their results by consuming a constant stream of fear through headlines, rumor, and feeds saturated with scarcity thinking. Here, mental fasting is potent. For a defined interval, say 7 days, refrain from inputs that provoke worry, rivalry, or doom. Fill that space with content that elevates teachings, stories, and images that affirm life abundance and genuine opportunity. The truth remains, your inner life is a cultivated plot, and every thought is a seed. You can sow roses or briars, orchards or nettles, but you cannot sow nothing. The subconscious earth is perpetually receptive. What harvest will you design? A disciplined mind not only uproots weeds, it intentionally selects and plants its most beautiful, fruitful varieties. I once worked with a man whose money affairs had collapsed. Rather than scramble frantically for any job, he first renovated his inner atmosphere. He turned off the daily broadcasts, stepped back from companions who rehearsed struggle, and saturated his thinking with instruction on abundance. He kept a dedicated notebook of affirmations and recited them whenever familiar anxieties resurfaced. Within months, possibilities surfaced, openings that had existed all along but remained unseen while his perception was fogged by lack. His turnaround was not trickery. It was the predictable yield of a protected and carefully tended mind. Join me in this decree now. I guard my mind with divine wisdom. Only thoughts of abundance find a home in me. These aren't casual phrases, they function as posted guards at your entrance. Spoken daily, they condition your inner sentinel to admit only those ideas that harmonize with the life you intend to embody. Mind guarding is not drudgery, it is your master key to liberty. Secure the inner precinct, and the outer landscape mirrors the peace, provision, and gladness you've sown. A garden cultivated with intention yields in season after season. Faith is more than a concept, it is a signal you continually transmit. As a radio renders only the channel it's tuned to, you can receive only those outcomes that match the calibration of your inner setting. If your speech proclaims abundance while your emotional dial remains tuned to scarcity, your reception crackles. The message arrives weak and broken. Faith carries a distinct feeling tone, and that lived feeling is your most honest prayer. You can repeat affirmations endlessly, but if they are colored by tension or suspicion, your broadcast conflicts. The law is not punitive, it mirrors your frequency. Therefore, the aim is to fuse your declarations with the felt state of already having received your good. Consider emotion as your amplifier. A whispered truth will register yet when it's voiced in joy, gratitude, and confidence. That whisper turns into a clarion call that reverberates through the invisible. A musician may strike the same notes mechanically or with passion. The distinction lies not in the notation, but in the animating energy. A potent training method is emotional rehearsal. This is more than picturing an outcome, it is embodying the feeling of it already realized. Close your eyes and enter the tableau, cool metal keys in your palm, the aroma of new paint and finished wood, the echo of friends' laughter as they celebrate. Sense the pen as you sign the contract for your dream undertaking. Visualize the email or call arriving with the very news you requested in prayer. The subconscious obeys felt experience. It does not clearly separate a richly imagined event from one enacted in the body. Athletes rehearse victories in the mind before competition for this reason, and it is the same principle you must apply to your manifestation. Among all amplifiers, gratitude is supreme. Gratitude proclaims, "It is already mine." Thanking in advance prior to physical proof signals trust in the unseen source. That posture draws your good into visibility with uncommon swiftness. I remember a woman seeking a new role. She ceased pleading and began each morning with, "Thank you, Lord, for the perfect position that is already mine. Thank you for the joy, the fulfillment, the prosperity it brings." She smiled as she spoke, envisioning day one, the greeting handshake the desk arranged for her. Within weeks, she received an offer aligning with her picture in exact particulars. Even the office plant she had visualized stood in the corner when she arrived. To maintain a steady faith signal, establish anchors cues that swiftly restore the sensation of answered prayer. Choose a melody that lifts you, a fragrance linked to a happy memory, or a visible image that symbolizes fulfillment. When uncertainty approaches, activate your anchor and slip back into the felt frequency of faith. Now let's affirm together, "I feel the joy of answered prayer now." My heart and words agree in perfect faith. Inhale deeply, and as you affirm, allow your body to participate. Soften your shoulders, raise your chin, and smile. These simple postures inform the subconscious. All is well, my prayer stands fulfilled. The felt tone of faith is not a reward you receive after the outcome appears. It is the bridge that conveys you from longing to realization. As you dwell in joy, gratitude, and the assurance of already receiving, your inner dial locks onto the station of your good, and the signal clarifies into crisp reception. The phrase "I am" wields singular creative power. It does not point toward what might happen. It names what already exists. Under spiritual law, speaking in the present tense lays claim to your good as finished, whole, and accessible in this very moment. The subconscious does not organize around someday or in the future. Its language is now. Many sincere seekers dilute their affirmations by pushing them into the future. "I will be wealthy." "I'm going to be healed." "One day I'll have love." Spoken that way, the desire is unintentionally deferred. When the law hears "I will," it positions the outcome somewhere ahead, perpetually approaching, yet never landing in the present. Hence the scripture instructs, "Let the weak say, I am strong," not "I will be strong." Declaring "I am" in the face of contrary appearances is not pretense. It is alignment with divine fact. You are voicing the higher reality, the timeless realm in which your good is already established, awaiting your acceptance to become visible. Consider the contrast between a request for immediate fulfillment and an order without a date. If you tell a baker, "I will want bread someday," they acknowledge you but take no action. Say, "I want a loaf now," and ovens are fired at once. Your subconscious behaves similarly. Present tense language triggers immediate organization toward your result. A woman transformed her results by revising her wording. For years she repeated, "I will be financially free," with little movement. Then she rewrote every declaration in the present. "I am financially free now. I live in the overflow of divine supply now." Though her intellect protested, "But it's not true yet," she persisted, remembering she was voicing unseen truth rather than reporting current evidence. Within months, her business revenue tripled, surprise funds appeared, and the persistent debt evaporated. The potency lies not only in vocabulary, but in the authority with which you speak. When you affirm, "I am divinely wealthy," now avoid timid tones as if seeking approval. Announce it as a settled reality in spirit, the most natural statement you could make. Try this straightforward exercise. Compose 10 present tense affirmations, immediately spanning all areas where you desire transformation. For instance, I am fully supplied by the infinite source now. I am radiant with health and energy. I am loved, cherished, and supported. I am the embodiment of divine prosperity. Speak them out loud with the sensation of ownership. Imagine yourself inhabiting them today, no someday, as your normal state of being. Declare these with me now. I am fully supplied by the infinite source now. I am the embodiment of divine prosperity. Every present tense affirmation narrows the distance between wanting and living. You are asserting that your good is not deferred on layaway, it is prepared for delivery now. The more instinctively you use I am, the faster your life reorganizes to mirror the declarations you voiced. Blessing expands, resentment constricts. This law does not waver. Each time you observe another's success and bless it, you widen your own avenues of increase. Each time you respond with bitterness, you close the gate your good would use to reach you. Picture blessing as sluice gates opening a reservoir. The wider they swing, the more freely the water pours, refreshing others and returning to you as well. Resentment, by contrast, is like throwing rocks into the channel until the current slows, grows stagnant, and finally ceases. In truth, God is limitless supply, and no one can seize your portion. Scarcity exists only in human belief, not in spirit. By blessing the good you witness, you affirm an overflowing universe, and that awareness aligns you with abundance's natural rhythm. I knew a merchant on a bustling avenue when two competitors set up beside him. While others predicted decline, he chose to bless their flourishing. Passing their doors each morning, he murmured, "May you prosper. May your work be fruitful. May abundance overflow in your store." Unexpectedly, his revenue climbed that season, and theirs did too. He reflected, "When I stopped labeling them competition and started viewing them as evidence of prosperity here, patrons found every one of us." Blessing is active creativity, not passivity. It retunes your inner frequency from deficiency to overflow. By blessing someone else's increase, you confirm your source to be without limits. Extend blessing to unforeseen avenues as well. We often narrow results by pre-selecting the path our good must use: paychecks, specific clients, a single door. Yet the infinite holds countless routes for delivery. A woman I counseled began daily blessing all channels of my good. Within weeks, she received a substantial payout from a long-forgotten insurance policy funds she hadn't realized belonged to her. Also bless what many habitually condemn: money. Resentment repels it. Guilt in using it constricts its movement. Rather regard each unit as a friendly courier of good. On receiving, say, "Thank you for coming." On releasing, affirm, "Go forth and return to me multiplied," and let it circulate with your blessing. Keep this straight: money is only a conduit, never the source. Conduits shift and rotate, the source remains everlasting. Blessing each channel keeps you receptive to more avenues than you could design. Proclaim this with me now: I bless all success I see. Every channel is free to bless me. Carry this into daily motion. Spot a new home, bless it, may joy fill that house. Notice someone in a beautiful car, bless them. May you travel safely in abundance. When a friend receives what you've been seeking, celebrate as though it were yours, for truly their blessing signals that your good is nearby. As you practice blessing habitually, your life takes on the flow of a river, always moving, always renewing, always full. And a river fed by an infinite spring cannot be stopped. After you understand the law, how language, thought, and emotion synchronize to form outcomes, you can focus that force wherever needed. A decree is never a plea. It is a spiritual fact stated with the confidence of completion. It instructs your subconscious, signals the universe, and plants a seed in invisible soil. Effective decrees are living statements, present tense, emotion-infused, practiced consistently, and surrounded by thanksgiving. You declare them not to manufacture truth, but because they are already true in spirit, requiring only your acceptance to take form. A man facing financial distress began every morning with one line: "Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways." Though it felt awkward, empty pockets, plenty of bills, he spoke with growing conviction, picturing checks in the mail, balances, increasing pathways opening. Within weeks, a former client offered a substantial project. Days later, an unexpectedly large tax refund arrived. By month's end, his income had doubled. He didn't manufacture the channels, they existed already, awaiting his decree to enter awareness. A woman recovering slowly from illness posted one affirmation above her bed: "Every cell in my body radiates divine life." Each morning she voiced it, visualizing her form shining with light and vitality, coursing like a river through every limb. Her physicians marveled at the rapid return of strength. She demonstrated that the body heeds its owner's voice, and that life answers when life is spoken. Another man, long isolated, affirmed, "I am surrounded by loving, supportive relationships," while imagining friendly gatherings, encouraging conversations, and cheerful company. He thanked in advance, as though it already described his life. Within months, he was welcomed into new circles, rekindled old friendships, and finally met the partner who became his wife. There was also an artist paralyzed before a blank canvas for months, feeling detached from her talent. She started affirming, "My gifts make a way for me." Rather than forcing output, she let the decree recalibrate her sense of worth. Soon, commissions arrived unbidden, and her pieces entered a notable gallery. These accounts are not rare exceptions. They illustrate a law that functions uniformly. To ground it, adopt a brief ritual, verbalize your decrees, inhabit the feeling of fulfillment now, and form the clearest possible inner picture. Let your voice convey assurance, your emotions lift in joy and gratitude, and your imagery become tangible enough to touch. Repeat with me now: "Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. Every cell in my body radiates divine life. I am surrounded by loving, supportive relationships. My gifts make a way for me." Do not voice these as mere hopes. Hopes linger. Speak them as possession. Possession asserts. Repeated daily, they fuse with your identity, and your life reorganizes to embody the truth you have elected. The law necessarily answers when your word is delivered with faith, feeling, and steadfast constancy. Beloved, take a breath and truly listen, because I am about to remind you of a truth the noisy world has labored to make you forget and ignore. You are not a pauper wandering through existence, pleading for leftovers from the banquet of chance. You are an inheritor, yes, you personally, of an everlasting treasury, one so immense it cannot be totaled in currency or confined to vaults. It is the great storehouse of divine ideas, limitless creativity, and supply without end. You did not enter this world stamped with spiritual poverty or shortage of opportunity. Your origin is the infinite source itself. In your sacred lineage, there is no deficiency, no nearly, no barely enough. Your Father's house holds many mansions, and among them is one prepared with your very name on its door. Recognizing and owning your divine lineage. Picture a royal son who, by a strange turn of events, loses memory of who he is. He roams the streets, chilled and hungry, surviving as a beggar. His clothes are ragged, his gaze fixed on the ground. He thinks, if only someone would give me a crust of bread. Meanwhile, the palace stands ready, the gates open, the banquet laid. His inheritance sits unused while he trembles in the cold outside. Multitudes exist in just this fashion, not necessarily outside literal palaces, but impoverished in consciousness. They forget their royal birthright. They use the vocabulary of begging rather than the language of rightful claiming. They ask and plead for what already belongs to them by inheritance. Scriptural foundation and witness Christ articulated it unmistakably. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom, not to sell you the kingdom, not to lease it temporarily, not to require you to grind for it without end, to give it freely, gladly, with joy and overflowing generosity. When the giver takes delight in giving, the one who receives must be trained to accept with matching joy without timid reluctance or shrinking back. Shifting from begging into claiming. I once knew a woman who petitioned for years for a home of her own. She prayed in hushed tones, "Please, Lord, if it be your will, may I have a place of my own." She waited, and she hoped, yet no result appeared. One day she encountered the promise, "Ask, believing that you have received, and it shall be yours." Something within her moved. She ceased pleading from afar and began to issue a declaration. "My perfect home is mine now. It comes to me easily and joyfully. I see it, I bless it, I live in it." In less than half a year, the ideal home manifested, precisely matching the image she had held, arriving through arrangements she could not possibly have scripted. She had crossed a threshold, leaving the vocabulary of pleading behind and moving into the steady authority of rightful claiming. Walking in the stature and steadiness of authority. A true heir does not shuffle into the palace with hesitation. A true heir does not drop their gaze when spoken to. An heir carries the inner certainty that the estate is theirs by birthright and stands accordingly. Move through each day with this identical internal bearing. Allow your shoulders to rise and open. Meet life with a calm, steady gaze that signals assurance. Let the tone of your language convey the resonance of someone grounded in settled confidence. When discussing your goals and visions, talk as if they are presently taking shape, because in the deeper truth of spirit, the unfolding has already begun. Daily identity, reminder, and recentering practice. Each morning, position yourself before the mirror. Hold your own gaze with intention and declare, "I am a child of the infinite source. I am an heir of divine abundance. Every good thing that belongs to the kingdom is mine now." Do not hurry through these lines. Allow them to permeate your being down to the marrow. Permit them to retrain and repattern the mental habits that scarcity once conditioned. Affirmations and decrees. Join in repeating aloud with me now. I am an heir of divine abundance. I claim my inheritance now. The royal metaphor, remembering who you are. Envision the moment, the day the forgotten prince awakens to his identity. Attendants hurry to him. His tattered clothing is exchanged for robes of dignity. Music rises through the halls. A lavish banquet is set in his honor. This is the soul's inner celebration when you remember your divine identity. Heaven rejoices. Possibilities hasten to meet you. Thresholds swing wide with little resistance, and you at last sit down at the table that has belonged to you from the beginning. A life saturated with divine abundance is not erected by rare dramatic leaps, but by the dependable cadence of daily alignment. Each dawn, before the world's clamor intrudes, you face your reflection and articulate the language that frames your day. Your tone is serene, yet authoritative, for you are not asking, you are issuing decree. With your spoken word, you contour the invisible. I am an heir of divine abundance. Today, good flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. Every action I take is blessed. I am guided, guarded, and prospered in all my ways. These are not wishes or maybes. They constitute a spiritual statute you activate before your souls meet the floorboards. After declaring, you settle into quiet with your journal, allowing gratitude to ascend within you like sunrise. You record thanks not merely for what you possess, but also for what is presently in transit to you. I am grateful for my beautiful new home that fills me with peace. I am grateful for perfect opportunities that align with my gifts. If the mind mutters, "But this hasn't happened yet," you meet it with a gentle smile and reply, "Precisely that is why I give thanks now, so it can locate me swiftly." Thanksgiving rendered in advance becomes the master key that opens unseen doors. When money comes into your possession, you consecrate it. Pause with it, paper coin or the digital figure on a screen, and affirm with gentle gladness, "You are blessed. You are multiplied. You return to me increased and overflowing. As funds depart, your hand bless them anew, assigning them a purpose. Go forth in joy, do good for others, and return multiplied." Like every energetic current, money is sensitive to the intention enveloping it. Blessing imbues it with benevolence, and it travels out only to circle back, multiplied, bringing companions with it. As night approaches and the day concludes, you stop to recognize the divine fingerprints scattered across your hours. You recall the friendly smile from a stranger, an unlooked-for discount, the timely note, the door that yielded with no effort. You record them no matter how modest, because they indicate alignment. This practice conditions your mind to anticipate a growing stream of such moments. You adopt a posture of attentive noticing, and whatever you consistently notice increases. At least weekly, you engage the art of cheerful release. You dedicate a share, large or small, and let it go with gladness. You contribute to cherished causes, to those in need, or as an unexpected grace to someone who never saw it coming. You proclaim, "This returns to me, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." You understand that in the divine economy, no offering given in love disappears. It comes back expanded, bearing the sweet scent of your generosity. Thus your days arc in a graceful repeating rhythm, morning decrees that design the day. Gratitude that draws favor like a magnet, deliberate blessing placed upon every resource, nightly reflection that secures awareness, and joyful generosity that keeps abundance streaming without interruption. You cease pursuing prosperity as if it were outside you. You become its embodiment. Each deed, each thought, each utterance carries the resonance of someone in complete alignment with the current of divine wealth. Speak this now, claiming it as established truth, not mere hope. I am aligned with the flow of divine riches all day long. Every action I take is blessed. A just enough existence is one of tiny vessels. It is a mindset whispering, "If my basic needs are met, that will suffice." Yet divine principle does not operate on scarcity or minimums. The dialect of the infinite is overflow. When the soul's cup fills to the brim, it spills over not as waste, but as living water that irrigates the ground of other lives. Overflow is a stance and a state of consciousness. It originates not with numbers on a ledger, but within the interior life. It rests on the awareness that supply is inexhaustible because the source is boundless. Picture a river that refuses to diminish regardless of how much you draw barrels, filled gardens, watered channels, extended to far-off towns, yet the current remains lucid and forceful. Such a river portrays the true character of your spiritual inheritance. Many dwell precariously on the rim of mere sufficiency, anxious that a single error will strip it away. When you enter the consciousness of overflow, you realize that generosity expands supply. The more you release, the more capacity you have to release again. I recall a man who during his thinnest season gave his final meal to a neighbor in need. Only hours later, a friend appeared with armfuls of provisions surpassing what he offered. What he let go returned in multiplied measure, carried back on the current of love. Possibilities operate by the same law. Shared opportunities do not diminish, they replicate. I counseled a woman who received a contract beyond her solo capacity. Rather than grasping in scarcity, she partnered with another professional and divided the project. That single collaborative act opened a stream of long-term clients for them both, far exceeding what she could have managed by herself. Blessings hoarded become stagnant pools. Blessings released become widening rivers. Your existence was never designed to be a sealed container. It was fashioned to be a flowing stream. Consider a farmer's storehouse. Its purpose is not indefinite storage, but seasonal circulation, grain gathered so seed can be planted, bread can be shared, and fresh harvests can arise. The identical pattern holds for your gifts, your money, and your hours. As you practice giving, releasing, and circulating, anchor this law within whatever moves outward under the seal of love, returns in multiplied form. It comes back not only as financial increase, but as heightened joy, widened opportunity, swinging doors, fresh relationships, strengthened health, and deepening peace. Adopt the vocabulary of more than enough. I live in the overflow of every good thing. I give and receive in endless circulation. Repeat it until it settles into your bones. You are not a cracked, empty cistern. You are a coursing river. You are a stocked storehouse. You are the hands of the infinite conveying goodness to others, and in that very act, you yourself are increased beyond measure. Thus you push away from the narrow shoreline of barely sufficient and embark upon the wide sea of more than enough, not to grasp or stockpile, but for the sheer gladness of becoming a conduit through which goodness continuously moves. Along the journey, seasons arrive when winds veer, clouds gather, and the earth underfoot feels unsure. These are not omens of desertion. They are summonses to demonstrate your faith. Spiritual tests are not designed to break you. They exist to display to you and to onlookers that your spoken word is moored to what cannot be shaken. In such hours, you must watch your mouth with special care. You will feel drawn to rehearse defeat, to give voice to dread, to energize precisely what you desire to see disappear. Yet you are not a play-by-play announcer of circumstances, you are their architect. When conditions shout no, you remain aligned with the yes established within. I worked with a woman seeking a grant to enlarge her mission. She was inwardly convinced it belonged to her, yet the initial reply read, "denied." Refusing to sink into skepticism, she reaffirmed, "What is mine by divine right comes to me now, under grace in perfect ways." She reapplied, denied again. She kept the decree. A third refusal arrived. Still, she remained steady. Weeks later, an unforeseen call came. The grant had been awarded after all, and the sum was doubled. What felt like delay was actually positioning for increase. When intensity rises, keep this in view. The trial is not about whether your blessing will be granted. It is about whether you will see that it has always been yours by right. Maintain your decree until it feels more substantial than the facts confronting you. Speak from possession, as if the answer rests in your grasp at this very moment. Each difficulty carries a concealed present. At times, it opens into a larger opportunity. At other times, it refines your focus. Often, it removes what would have hindered your progress. But in every case, it is bent toward your good. Discipline your perception to search for the doorway set into the wall, the gold hidden in debris, the instruction riding on the winds of the storm. And when you have crossed to the far side, publish the account. Record it on paper. Voice it openly. Offer it to those yet walking through their midnight. Your testimony then becomes a lamp casting light along someone else's road. Speak this decree and sense its power lift within you. Every challenge is a stepping stone to greater good. My faith turns trials into triumphs. You are not the casualty of your situation. You are the overcomer moving through it. Keep your gaze fixed on the unseen reality, and soon the trial matures into testimony, and the testimony becomes your praise, song to the one who upheld you unfailingly. Faith functions as the Spirit's inward breath, and thanksgiving serves as its outward breath. You inhale trust and exhale gratitude. This sacred cadence is the vital pulse behind manifestation. Where faith is absent, the heart lacks the capacity to receive. Where thanksgiving is missing, the blessing cannot move, multiply, or flow onward. Dwelling in this rhythm means dwelling in ongoing expectancy, not the tight, fretful waiting of worry, but the relaxed, open readiness of someone convinced the promise already stands fulfilled. You awaken expecting goodness to greet you. You enter your duties expecting favor to direct your steps. You rest at night expecting tomorrow to brim with new wonders. Such tension-free expectancy resembles a blossom turning to the sun. It instinctively knows the light will arrive. When you voice your prayer, your decree, your intention, offer thanks immediately. Do not postpone it. Do not wait for outer proof. Do it at once. As soon as the words pass your lips, say thank you. In that very moment, the seed is sown into the unseen, and your gratitude becomes the watering that summons it into sprout, blossom, and fruit. Imagine a patron ordering from a fine boutique. They don't insist, "I'll wait to be grateful until the parcel is in my hand." They think immediately confident the item belongs to them and will arrive on schedule. Spiritual law operates the same way. Gratitude rendered beforehand hastens fulfillment, shortening the distance between decree and delivery. I remember a man who required funds for an immediate need. He prayed a single time, made one clear request, and then daily offered thanks as if the money were already in hand. He moved through his home saying aloud, "Thank you for this provision. Thank you for this answered prayer." In less than a week, an unforeseen channel delivered precisely the amount required down to the last cent. It was his continual thanksgiving that opened and cleared the way. Sustain the cycle. Inhale, faith, exhale, thanksgiving. Leave no empty interval, no hesitation that could admit doubt. You believe, then you thank. You receive, and you give. And once more, believe, thank, receive, give. The longer you live by this cadence, the more effortless it grows eventually, as natural and automatic as breathing. Declare this with me now. I breathe in faith and exhale thanksgiving. I thank before I see, and I always see. These lines are more than sentences. They describe the timeless choreography of manifestation, the steady heartbeat of heaven coursing through your life continuously. Beloved, as we arrive at this holy conclusion, allow the truths declared to sink into the deepest soil of your inner life. You have studied the law, exercised the decrees, and moved from pleading to claiming, from barely enough into overflow, from apprehension into confident expectancy. Now you stand assured that your word, uttered in faith and surrendered with thanksgiving, is the living seed from which every miracle springs. The principle is clear and constant. The speech you give, united with steady belief and entrusted to divine timing, yields the exact right manifestation. Your assignment is not to coerce or push, it is to speak to trust and to bless what unfolds. You are not laboring to earn what has eternally belonged to you. You are merely entering the inheritance inscribed with your name from the very start. And now, let us lift our voices together wherever you stand. Add your voice to mine as a single chorus that arches across time and distance. We are heirs of the kingdom now and forever. We are children of the infinite source. Every good thing that belongs to the kingdom is ours now. We receive it with joy. We live in its abundance. We share its overflow. We are guided, guarded, and prospered in all our ways. And so it is. Sense the strength of these declarations swelling within you like a rising tide. Perceive them streaming into the invisible, arranging conditions, summoning blessings, and harmonizing particulars. This is not a rote recital, it is your spirit's royal decree in action. Close your eyes and behold it, the vast treasury of heaven's provision. Golden doors swing wide. Within are uncountable riches, ideas, openings, friendships, resources, calm, gladness. You step across the threshold, and your whole being recognizes this belongs to me, not for stockpiling, but for stewardship, sharing, and daily living. You receive precisely what is yours by divine right, and as your hands take hold, more emerges. The store cannot deplete because the source is infinite. I bless you now as one acquainted with spirit's wealth, with vision to recognize your inheritance, with bravery to claim it, and with discernment to steward it wisely. May your days brim with divine appointments, your nights be crowned with tranquil rest, and your hands carry generous overflow. May doors answer your touch with grace, and may each step draw you further into the kingdom already residing within you. And now, let a seal be set upon all we have uttered. Let it be inscribed upon your heart, fixed securely in the unseen, and allowed to unfold in the flawless manner and moment ordained. And so it is.